Okay, what I got here today is a perfect scenario of explaining to you people. I'm going to teach the young lady that owns this horse, and I'm going to show and help a lot of you people understand how to take care of these things and the reason why a lot of people have trouble with it. So, and the reason why I waited here is because I wanted this young lady to get rid of her fears of this horse and the hoof handling part. So she's been handling the foot here. So actually the abscesses on her right front is going to go on longer, and I'm going to explain why. See, when you got an abscess like that, and even the veterinarian doesn't understand this. This is what a lot of veterinarians don't know about this. The only thing you have to do is open up that just enough for it to drain. You don't have to dig a gigantic hole, which the veterinarian was expressed her opinion. She probably didn't want to say anything because she said it'll be interesting to see what happens after this horse comes off SMZs, because she didn't say that she would have opened up that hole much more than what it is, because she says it doesn't appear to be draining. So what I want you to understand, and I'm going to show you this horse's toe length and all about this stimulation. See, when you cut the hole bigger, what you're doing is aggravating the sole, which aggravating is stimulating. See, you don't, the sole of a horse works a lot like a muscle. Very much the same. You don't develop muscle unless you actually kind of aggravate it. So I gotta watch out here because she just walked out of the, oh, he went and moved over. That's all right if you want. You can leave him there. Stand back over here, Ash. So, like I said about muscle, you don't develop any muscle without aggravating. Aggravating by working it, right? Your muscles are going to be a little bit sore at first, but they will develop. If they don't develop, the reason why a muscle won't develop is because you're not healthy. Same thing with a horse. That horse will not develop sole if it is not healthy. And if you stimulate it, and that's why you see I put some shoes on horses to that's like not working the muscle quite so hard. The shoe kind of protects the sole, so it'd be kind of like using less weight if you were working out with muscles. See, so I'm gonna show you the hoof wall and what happens and how I stimulate it, which is going to be a lot different. So you can see this toe is got a little bit of a sweep forward here, right here. See, it's not perfect. Right from here it starts to go out. That in itself is telling you this toe is too long. So I didn't address this because I wasn't sure this horse was coming here. I didn't know what was going on. So I'll show you one other factor here. Is right in the front. You'll see how I notched this out, and I'll go down below and I'll show you why. Because the toe is too long, a little stone got in there, and what it starts to do is develop a hole. So if you don't get rid of that hole, it'll get worse and packed with dirt. Alright, so I'm going to show you what's happening here. And there's two ways to go about it. So you see what we have here? Here's where the bowl ends, right? And what we got is a very steep abruption right here. See? Because right here is where it goes flat straight back to here. See, this is all flat, and there's a very abrupt jump from here to here. That's a sure sign when you have this that you're looking at either subsolar abscess or that horse is going to abscess soon. So what I'm going to show you here, and here's where the abscess is, right here, right? And see that I only had to cut a very tiny bit. You don't have to dig a deep hole, which is what a veterinarian would have done. But I want to show you now. It's been 7 days. See, that's healing up. Here's what everybody misses. See right here, the collateral groove. There's no depth. See, by now there should have been some depth. So if you cut a big hole here, right, to relieve the abscess so that it drains really good, I'm going to scratch it a little bit today. But instead of digging a big hole here, what I would have done if I was the one caring for this horse is I would have backed that toe up to there, which this horse has already had before. See, I know she's healthy enough to do it, but you know, as I explained, I want this girl to get comfortable with all this stuff. So yes, we're going to extend the amount of healing time here for a couple reasons. For one thing, it's not going to hurt the horse any more than what it has because of that hind foot on this horse. She's going to be in that pen for a long time. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm teaching this young lady, and I'm actually going to get to show a lot of you people. So see, this is healing up, and people would think, oh, it's okay. Yeah, if you had the vet dig the hole, stand up, hon. So if the vet dug the hole and you developed some concavity, which would your collateral groove would have got deeper, right? Which it didn't. It not necessarily that it would if the vet dug a big hole there. It might, but then what you'd still have is a long toe. I showed you the long toe in the front, and that's because of this. See how much sole we have here? That white line actually wants to come out where the edge of this bowl is. See, when it comes out there, you wouldn't have the sweep in the front of the hoof. So now I'm going to address this. Like I said, I might just scratch this enough, just barely enough to open it up again. But stimulating this, more than likely we will open this. Because you're aggravating it. So you're either aggravating it one way or the other. The thing is, you dig a big hole here, and stuff gets clogged up in it, then you're looking at more trouble. You're way better off to stimulate this. It doesn't matter where you stimulate, that's only got to be open enough for it to drain. That's it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is trim this up now and show you exactly how I would have trimmed this a week ago if I was the one caring for this abscess, or if I knew. See, a lot of people avoid all this because of you know, where the horse is, and the thing is, more than likely that person's going to have to deal with that abscess again. So now you watch. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to nip this back. Like I said, this horse has already been trimmed back to here before. It's not like I would come and do this the first time. I trim this horse on a regular basis. So you see where her white line is, right there. See, so I'm going to take this off here. The other thing is, if you noticed how thick that hoof wall is out at the toe. That's another sure indicator. If your hoof wall isn't growing the same thickness all the way around, well, and it's thicker at the toe, it's a sure sign that the toe is too long. So you'll see that I come in and see I'm right at the edge of the bowl. See the magic marker? So now I'm stimulating this. And that's what I want to happen. See, here's another spot. See that little black spot right there? That's another spot of where when the toe is too long like that, it starts to produce an area that can get a rock, a small dent from a rock, and then it starts packing dirt in there, and that's what happened to here. See, when I went and saw this last week, the white line actually was deviated in like this. I'm saying it to an extreme, but instead of a white line coming around nice, because it had a little bit of stuff packed in there, it had pushed that white line in this way. So it had that's why I opened this up. But see, now the white line is relaxed back out to where it was. So that's how I'm going to address this hoof. And then I'll come in the front and take the lump off of the toe. But now, because I'm aggravating the sole here, this will probably open up. I'm going to scratch it a little bit with my knife. See, all I had to do, so first I want to palpate it. It's not as soft as it was, and she's not sensitive on it. But I'm just going to scratch it a little bit. Because it's actually healed over, and I don't want it to heal over because this didn't get any deeper. See, so for that to heal over, with this not getting any deeper, this horse would just abscess again. So all I'm going to do is see, I could feel this softness there, and I got a little bit of, you probably can't see it, but there's a little bit of red tissue that I can see there. I don't have to dig this thing to find a hole. That red tissue is sensitive tissue. Now, because I'm aggravating this again, it will more than likely open up. So that's good.